Welcome to MSA Weekly. I'm Bill Sammons with Kevin Short, and we are at James M. Bennett High School. The next two episodes I think you're really going to enjoy of MSA Weekly. Kevin, tell us what we're doing.
So we're backstage right now at Rock and Roll Revival, and you're going to be talking to Max about the technical part in episode 1, and then you'll be talking to Gino about the show, and we'll run that over the next couple weeks. So
You've been part of this for quite a while.
Like 22 years, I think.
Wow, yeah.
It's
for an event that's been over 20, maybe 27 years.
Yeah. We started, a few years in, but it's a really cool event.
Can you explain the event to us before we talk to the guys?
Yeah, and Gino may be able to do a better job than me, but it's all Bennett High School students, and they have all the band, all the dancers, all the singers, the whole 9 yards, and it's a top-notch production, and it's really cool.
All right, well, let's learn a little bit more about it. We're in Monitor World. This is Max Meyer. Max, interestingly, you were a student here at James M. Bennett for many years. We're part of this program, right?
Yes.
From that role. And now that's changed a lot. Tell us about that.
It is a bit of a change. When I was in the show, one of our guys, Austin, was mixing monitors back here.
Yeah.
I got to know the MSA guys quite well. I was a little bit of probably a pain to them at the time.
Because you asked a lot of questions.
Asked a lot of questions, had a lot of demands, which luckily has translated. Now I have a few students that remind me of myself that are in the show.
Okay.
So
you're a little more tolerant of them because
I
of
believe
that.
so, yeah. No, Austin was very tolerant. No, they do a great job. But.
Yeah. So explain to us what happens here. What do you, and some of the gear that you're working with.
Absolutely. Monitor World, I take care of every speaker on stage. So whatever the kids are hearing is what I'm giving to them. So we have the house mix, which Gino takes care of for all of the attendees and ticket payers. But my job is just to make sure that the show happens.
Okay, and that includes some in-ears.
Some in-ear monitors as well. I have 3 body packs. They're wired that are on the stage. Those are going to bass players and guitar players. More students that were particular wanted those. So they asked me in advance if we could make that happen.
Yeah. Can you give us a quick tour?
Absolutely.
Here and on stage.
So we're using a Yamaha DM7. We're using 2 of these. One is at front of house. I have the other here. These are a newer Yamaha console. They are 120 channel consoles. We are using 80 of those on stage. And we have 48 mix buses on them. And I am using 30 of those on stage. So I'm using a lot of this console for what I'm doing. So I have an Elgato Stream Deck over here that I've integrated into my workflow that I can kind of press one button and it'll do a myriad of different things for me. For instance, when we go between songs, I have a button that will recall my next scene for the next song, and my notes on my computer will then change to tell me who's singing into what microphone, and it will set a marker in my recording that I'm doing to tell me what song we're on. So we're using Shure Axient microphones. That's the top of the line Shure microphone. We have 16 channels of that, which is 4 of their quad units. The advantage to having a higher end wireless is that we can remotely control some of the wireless frequency aspect of it. So I'm using a control software called Wireless Workbench that actually lets me monitor the battery life and the remainder of time that's on the batteries. So if a mic dies, I'll get a warning on my computer, and I can then communicate with the student who's handing out all the mics that this mic just went bad, I'm gonna run them the spare, and then I'll bring it to her. She'll fix the batteries, or however the situation will go when something like that happens. That's most of the nerdier stuff. There's some cool stuff happening on stage.
Let's go take a look.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're on stage now. Mac's going to give us a little bit of a tour. Tell us what happens out here.
Absolutely. There's a lot going on. So we'll start over here. We have 4 main sections of the stage, I would say, and that would be the keyboard world, as I call it, guitar world. The horn section is up there, and then we have a percussion section with the drums in the center, kind of bringing it all together. Over here we have keyboards. We're doing 4 keyboards. One is a Yamaha. The other 3 are Korgs. I'm not a keyboard player, so my expertise is not there, but each of these keyboard players has their own mix. We kind of dug into how many mixes there are. 4 come into play right here, and we have our own stage box for this section. That would be a Rio, so we're kind of bringing it over network, plugging it into this box here, and then we're getting all the keyboards from right there, so we don't have to run a ton of cable back to one location. We can kind of put it where we want it. And we'll hop over here. Now we're in guitar world. We have a bass guitar and we have 3 electric guitars as well as an acoustic guitar happening right here. And that'll change from song to song. The wired in-ear monitors that I was talking about, they're right here. So they take those belt packs and they clip them onto themselves. They don't need to go too far typically. So that's why wired is okay for them. So they're kind of hanging in this area for the most part. But on top of the in-ears, we have an additional 3 mixes over here to do this area. On the front of the stage, I have side fills on either side. So I like to put all the music for the dancers that are in the front of the stage over here, kind of in those side fills, and then use the front monitors mainly for the vocals with some more timekeeping elements or important cues. But next we'll walk up to the drum section now. We can take a gander this way. So we're now in percussion land. So we have some congas and bongos up here. And then I have these microphones that we refer to as the toy microphones. Whenever a small like auxiliary percussion instrument, they go in front of these 4 microphones. We'll go up to the drum area next, the instrument with the most microphones on it. We have 14 on this drum set. And then over this way, we have our horn section. That consists of 12 different horn players that will switch out.
It's unbelievable. It's so easy to forget you're at a high school and this is a high school production.
Right.
This is just mind-blowing, the production. So in our next episode, we're going to talk to Gina. We're going to visit the front of house, and we're going to go backstage on the next episode of MSA Weekly.